Hi everyone, my name is Rachel Spaeth and I'm the garden curator at the Luther Burbank Home and Gardens. I work for the 501c3 nonprofit association that is affiliated with the site, and my usual responsibilities here are coordinating the efforts of our numerous garden volunteers, as well as picking contents for demonstration beds with guidance of our garden committee, and doing a lot of the big maintenance that you wouldn't really expect a volunteer to do here. I know that we haven't been very communicative since March, and I apologize for that. It's been busy with my limited hours here. I've only been here like 10 hours a week, and I split my time between here and teaching at both Santa Rosa Junior College and UC Davis, and moving everything online for them was also a challenge. We have recognized that the Sonoma County Health Officer has loosened the guidelines on parks and park availability. And we would like the opportunity to allow our volunteers to come in and get the site back to a baseline level of what our usual maintenance load is before opening back up to the general public. I'm going to pause for a second and let this helicopter go over. All right, helicopter gone. It's like magic on the camera, I bet. So we are going to start opening for volunteer shifts only, not to the general public, on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 10 until 4. There is a long list of guidelines that we need to comply with that I will post in the comments below, the link to the Sonoma County Health Officer's order, so that you can either read it in its entirety, or I may also do an extract of just the section that pertains to gardening, so that you know what you're getting into. There's going to be some weird rules. Nobody can work next to anybody else. Nobody's allowed in the shed. Nobody's allowed in the greenhouse. Everybody has to be, we can space everybody apart. That the space isn't an issue. We're 1.6 acres. I can make sure that everybody has either a sunny or a shady spot whenever they come in. We're going to allow 9 volunteers on the site at a time. And mostly it's because of 2 reasons. One, we want to make sure that we can adhere to social distancing protocols. And 2, that's about as many as I think I can handle right now with the extra tool sterilization and extra steps that we're going to need to take to make sure that our volunteers are safe. I am a gardener here at the Luther Burbank Home and Gardens, but I'm also a microbiologist, and so I'm very up to date on wet lab safety and sterilization and things like that, because I work with genomic material for my PhD at UC Davis, and so I'm well qualified to be able to do that. We hope that it will take about a couple of weeks for our gardeners to get this back into shape so that the general public can use it. And our soft date that we're choosing as our goal is Father's Day. Now, if you want to have access to the site before then, we are accepting volunteers. You don't have to go through the usual training program that we have. Our usual training program costs $35 because that's the course of materials for the books and things that we provide so that you can learn the history of Luther Burbank and stuff like that. For now, you would just need to sign a liability waiver, and then we can give you your selected area to do some gardening for the day. We have a huge variety of tasks that need to be done. Everything from, it's mostly pulling weeds. Okay, we might as well just be frank about that, right? There's a lot of weeds. But there is some deadheading roses and some pruning and some shaping and other things that people can do. There's transplanting, and as long as you're wearing your personal protective equipment, you can do the transplanting. If you are a person who is not that comfortable with wearing a mask all the time, we do require that you wear your mask whenever you're interfacing with another person. So if you're talking to another person, I know that makes it more difficult to understand what the person is saying, but it also helps limit that spread of the mucous membrane droplets. So While you're working, though, in your physical space that we've given you as your selected area, it's okay for you to take your mask off. And the reason that we feel that that's okay is because we're going to make sure that nobody works in the same place, or no second person works in the same place as the first person within 7 days. And that's a very large buffer. It's way more than is probably necessary, but we're just erring on the side of extreme caution here. There are some other activities that we are doing on the inside while we're closed right now. We're going to take the opportunity to sand and stain all of our benches, which drastically need it. Let's see. Obviously, this is a very fluid situation, so this could change as rapidly as the Sonoma County Health Officer comes out and gives us new orders. But this is the minimum that we're doing right now. We're just allowing volunteers. But like I said, if you would like to volunteer, we have space for you, and we have things that you can do and do safely so that you can still get some outdoor space time, because that's really important for people. And then you get to feel like you're contributing to this wonderful place and you're making a huge difference. The kind of silver lining of having a lot of weeds is when you work in an area, you can step back when you're done with that area, or even partially done with that area, and see a huge difference, which is very, very satisfying. So we will be accepting new volunteers. You can go to our website, which is www.lutherburbank.org, and there is an option for volunteering there. Okay. We are going to start online plant sales too. So we do have an online store on our website right now that's full of gift shop items. We're going to modify that website over the course of the next week. And it will include some plant inventory. Typically, we throw this huge event on Mother's Day, and we have tons of plants for sale. And since I usually start propagating for that in January, we have a lot of plants that need to go to homes. And we since this happened, we started ramping up a little bit more vegetable production and stuff like that too. So those online plant and gift shop sales, the way that it works is you would click on your item and put it in your cart, pay for it online, and then schedule a pickup. And it'll be a no-contact pickup. If you call your house or call me from your house before you leave or whatever, I can have it put together and ready and waiting for you so that you can just come and pick it up. Let's see. What else did I not cover? That might be it. But the long and short of it, so just to summarize, is we are doing a soft open for volunteers only currently. Our goal is to be open by Father's Day for the general public. The reason is that we are quite unsightly on the inside and have some pretty big projects that we need to complete before allowing the general public to our site. You are welcome to sign up for volunteering through our website. And the volunteer work days are Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 10 until 4. I don't think I mentioned this, but gloves will be provided. Everybody gets their own unique pair of gloves that are your gloves. Everyone does have to sign a liability waiver and comply with the guidelines that have been put forth through the Sonoma County Health Officer. And we will have a liability waiver that you need to sign and initial so that you understand, so that we know that you've read the information and that you've had the information and been able to process the information. And then you're welcome to join us for volunteering.